Well, I am Sadeq Abdulrasool. Thank you very much, Doctor, for the introduction about myself. It's just I want to tackle one particular point and I will move from here. If you find out what I have studied, I have started in IT and I have ended up in doing marketing. The whole point here is how to diversify and how to have the right mixture of skill set, which it will help you in the end of the day to conduct your business properly. Before I do start, I was trying to check some of the news earlier this morning, and surprisingly, I have found something very relative for our talk and session today, which it was with the following title: Technology not aligned with business objectives, says CTOs. And just I had tried to box and frame the date. It's dated today, October 18, 2022. If we will talk about right now, the whole session, it's about two aspects, and it's about the chemistry of those two pillars, technology and business. We want to focus a little bit about what and how we shall treat both areas, the technology and business, in our daily lives, or later when we are going to be part of the whole market. Before I carry on, I want you to just to look a little bit into this particular slide and to guess what would be the next figures. How about if I have given you this particular pattern? Let's go and see what do we mean by those figures. This was a representative or an illustration for how does the digits laid out in our mobile. If you go here, you will find out that this is the arrangement of the mobile digits: 1, 2, 3, then the next line 4, 5, 6, and the next line is 7, 8, 9. Why I am bringing this to this particular session? Because it has two different meanings. The first meaning, by the time that we are looking for any what we call problem, in the beginning it has a minimal clues. Right now, when I go back for this area or for this slide, you will find that 3, 5, 7, 4 different missed or ambiguous digits. They do have different patterns, which I'm supposed right now to guess. And I know that majority, because I have tried this slide in different focus groups, the first thing that they were thinking of, which was right now, these patterns, are they like some sort of calligraphic patterns or numbers? Is it something ancient? Is it like related for the number of the lines and so? While it's all about perspectives. And this is in fact how we are supposedly to look into issues nowadays outside in the market. I would like to start by showing this Korean, if I'm not mistaken, this is a Korean, Japanese symbol. It's called Shoshin. Shoshin. Shoshin is a Japanese concept, which means for any particular subject, أي شيء جديد اليوم مر علي, for any particular subject, I will start learning about this subject as I have never heard about it. Let's repeat. This means right now, if I will talk, for example, about the German language or some Latino language, the Portuguese language, for the beginning, even if you had like some certain words, amigo, amor, you will be starting learning about this like I have no idea, I have no fundamentals to learn or hear about this. And this is in fact how, when we are going to talk or to learn or to practice many areas related for technology or related for businesses, most probably I need to start from the very basic and fundamentals, from the alphabet about this subject, to understand what shall I know, what shall I understand, what shall I practice from my own learnings. The yin yang is a symbol for the harmony. It's a symbol for the synergy. It's a symbol for how two different elements they can work, live, interact to each other. It has many different meanings, to be honest, based on which area you are coming from. Is it from energy? Is it from religion? Is it from culture? But right now, what matters for us, even right now, in our particular subject, when we are going to talk about business and technology, we are having or we must have this yin yang understanding into our minds, because from here we are going to implement different methodologies, different principles in how we shall work and understand. Information technology and business are becoming interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without talking about the other. See, he's saying that both as a pillars, they are interrelated, they are connected. It is meaningless if I'll talk nowadays about I'm doing a modern business without understanding how can the IT play an important role into my business. So now all areas or studies, you will always find this dose of IT, of technology, of digital within it. Michael Dell, he's the CEO or the founder of Dell Companies. Our business is about technology. Very clear. What they are Dell doing, they are giving us technology. Great. Yes, but it is also about operations and customer relationships. In other proverb, it's about operations and customer excellency. This sentence in blue, I have highlighted it because this is another phase for the word business. See? Because what is the operations? What is the customer relationships? Nowadays, you can no longer tolerate to have your businesses without conducting and understanding your customers, because most of the businesses nowadays are customer centric. It means everything is rotated and oriented around this customer. You will learn about the CRM, a whole module or whole system just to maintain your relationships with your customers. So this relationship is also part of technology. There's a technology within this system. And hello guys, this is me. I have said that technology is just a tool to achieve your business needs. Technology is just a tool. It is not the main aim. It is not what you are looking for. Despite right now of defining what is technology, I'm not into that subject. Some you can say technology is the development or programming languages, ASP, PHP, or about the query language, SQL, whatever, or it's about the radio technologies like NFC, RFID, 5G, whatever. Despite right now, all of those, they can fall under the umbrella of technology. So it doesn't matter what it matters about the technology. It's the main thing, the main aid to help you to achieve your business needs, which is the technology. This is an important graph, which I believe from the school until now, everybody of you, including me, we are living into these hiccups, up and down, happy, sad, sad and happy. There are different parts in this life which we are having different occasions and we are having different cases or situations where it does affect our thoughts, our emotions. Part of understanding this or the entire diagram is to reflect this into your business. Tomorrow, whether you are working part of an entity organization or you are working by yourself as an entrepreneur, business owner, you find you cannot be happy every day. There's some days you are quite happy. There are some days you are making losses. Some days there are risks, there are threats. Some days you are getting like some sort of investments, and so it's up and down. How to try to normalize this as much as possible by adding the technology access to your entire understanding for this journey. I will start from the end, from the business aspect until we reach like a reverse. We are rolling back till we go for where is the digital and where is the technology. And the reason why I'm starting by doing that is we need to make sure that our main understanding for what is business is how can I benefit the community or the market from my service or from my solution. So there are two different things. There are the customers or the end users, and there are what we call the value proposition. The value proposition is what I provide, whether it was a product or it was a service. انتم في اخر يوم سواء كنتم في شركه في مؤسسه wherever شنو عندكم منتج وخدمه. This is what we are having. So these shall have at least what we call the pain reliever. What does that mean? It means if right now I am selling pen or pencil, what shall this do for you? This, for you as a customer or a user, shall helps you to write. صح? So, as a customer, you have a pain. What is this pain? That you want to note down something related for operations, business, lecture, signature, whatever. So you need such invention to do the particular job. And there's what we call also the gain creators, which means right now I'm having many pens from different companies. I'm having different types of pens, pencils, and so. What makes me take this one rather than the others? There's some added value. There's some gain after that. So for me, because this is quite reliable, it has high quality, and I can use it often. And what matters sometimes for some customers, the style. I like to keep myself stylish when I go out or when I meet people, and so. So see, there are two things. As a customer, I have a problem which I need to write down something, which is this is my pain, and you say, Salam alaikum, أنا عندي بنادول حقك. شنو هاي البنادول? I am selling for you this pen or pencil. And there are another gain. What is this gain? That you say, okay, instead of you using this, I have some other pen for you, which is better, which is this. If I'm understanding this properly, I will be able to classify the customers very easily, and from there I will be able to provide the right product, the right service for the right customers. I believe some of you have seen this picture before, and from here we will be starting to understand what is technology and what are one of the things important related for the ICT, which is data. Okay, data. Let me get back for the number that I have started by asking you, guess what is this? It was some sort of number. It was, let me check it back, 357, and Had Madhoun, he suggested or he guessed the rest of the number is 2847. Okay, fine. Now, this number, what does it represent for me? Well, actually, I don't know. Does it represent mobile number? No, it's 7 digits. Does it represent a postal code? No. Does it represent like your bank balance? I don't know. I hope it's your bank balance. إذا عندكم 3 مليون الحمد لله. What does this number represent? So far, it means nothing. If it doesn't mean anything, this is what we call data. Now, just lay back and think, how many data that you have around you? Millions. Millions. Think about anything that you can see, you can check, you can sense, you can hear, you can smell. Everything are producing data, even if you are not intercepting or capturing these data. الآن ممكن أسألكم هل الإضاءة الموجودة بالمكتب this is data or not. It's giving me some sort of information or data or numbers. If I'm not capturing it, this is different story. The day that I will have a sensor or a weather control or an office control or a room control or a dashboard, then these numbers, which I have started to describe as a temperature, humidity, a luminosity, or whatever, this now it will be called information. عندنا بيانات, which is data, عندنا معلومات, which is information. As simple as that. Now, I can get back simply, and I'll tell you this number that I have just showed you, 357, then how do you say 2847? I can tell you that this is the longitude for Bahrain. When you go for Google Maps, this is longitude. Okay, الآن it makes sense. Now it makes sense because it has some sort of meaning. What is the knowledge? I'm here. Okay, what is the knowledge? Knowledge, when you are having a lot of informations and you can make some sort of connections across your long journey in the studies. How many subjects that you have encountered? How many areas of information that you have encountered? Hundreds. As simple, hundreds. And the main subjects, you are encountering a lot of information. When it will make sense for you, when you are be able to link between what you know. This is we call knowledge. Now, if anyone will study multimedia, for example, and you will start to program the objects, you will definitely will go back for the mathematics. And here, where we are moving from the knowledge to the insights. What is the insight? The insight is picking the right pieces of information to come up with something. See? Now, let's assume I have asked from 5 out of you, I want to have a mobile application developed to have a booking for the classes, private classes. Now, I know the accumulated knowledge that all of you are having are massive. But in order to build this particular application, I need specific areas, specific knowledge. I need someone with mobile development background. I need someone with database management, and so these are the insights. Let's step a bit further. What is the wisdom? الحين عرفنا في عندنا شيء اسمه insight. نروح إلى شيء ثاني اسمه wisdom. What is the wisdom? Wisdom is after picking the 5, I'll say, okay, Hamad, you are the mobile developer. Which language shall we use in order to have the best security? See, I'm tackling something. Security, not performance, security for our mobile application. You say, okay, see, Sadeq, we have multiple languages. We have Flutter, we have React, we have Ionic, we have Gap, we have... Okay, yes, I know, of course. Okay. If you want to have the best security, I suggest to go with, for example, Xamarin from Microsoft, because it's not an open source, because it's 1 and 2 and 3. And since we are going to use this particular ERP system, this is the best matching because they are ready-made connectors, which is secured, guaranteed, blah, blah, blah. What is this? This is the wisdom. If you are thinking tomorrow to become a consultant, any field, they are not taking you because you are recognizing terminologies. They will not take you because you know the formulas and you can just apply it. They will not take you because you have the knowledge or you are able to produce the insights, but they will seek and they will hunt for you because you are able to generate the whole picture for the area of expertise. Wisdom. What is the best? We call the impacts. You can for very, very specific subjects. Okay, let's take an example. Right now you are learning about the multimedia, and you have started learning about web designing. So you said, okay, from the web designing, there are many different subjects. I will be the expert. I will be the reference. I will be the index. I will be number one مثلا في موضوع UI and UX, user experience and user interface. This is my expertise. This is the impact. Where does the technology play a role? And this is how to understand all of that and how to implement the right synergy between all the sections that you know and you learn. Here right now, this is one of the models that it's on use or in demand for understanding technology and how it can be matched with the business. We have what we call a strategy to plans. There are different areas which we can think and look into. There are the strategy and governance, there are the sourcing and optimization, there are development, there are the services, there is something else, which I can also include it as part of the services, what we call the infrastructure. Any sort of technology, any sort of business that you might think of, definitely it will be one of these. Either it's part of strategy and governance. مثلا الحوكمة والتشريعات. I am talking about a business or a project which I can regulate an area. I'll give you one example, which I haven't seen yet in Bahrain, or maybe even in the region. I was doing some research with an American university about they are having right now an online platform for the cases of the court. عندهم نظام بالكامل متكامل جاهز لموضوع القضايا والمرافعات الموجودة في المحكمة. So what's happening is they are trying to minimize and to reduce the people going for the court for particular cases. واحد داعم ثاني بالسيارة. Okay, why shall I waste the time of everyone to come and so ببساطة. So they have said we will have a regulation part of understanding of our rules which I don't need even the judge. ما أحتاج فيها قاضي ولا ما أحتاج. Mainly داعم. So it's a platform. They will go. They will upload some sort of pictures. They will take a video for both of them. الداعم والمدعوم. Describe what happened, and from there, they will be like the judge directly. I think that it has been started in 2 or 3 states, and possibly over the time we will see it across the entire states, and hopefully it will come even one day to here. So this is part of the strategy and governance. عندي موضوع الحوكمة والتشريع باستخدام التكنولوجيا. I do have another thing which is to optimize. Let's focus on the word optimize, such as yesterday I needed in the supermarket 7 to 8 cashiers to conduct some sort of operations. يعني عندي الآن الكارت أو القاري بجي بحط في داخل الأغراض ومن هناك راح يكون عملية تخليص من خلال I go and queue the cashiers and then I'll put my items, they will scan, they will tell me how much you are right now. Some markets, and surprisingly I have seen this in Bahrain, or let me correct this, I have heard or I have seen in videos, I haven't seen it by myself, but I have seen it outside. This is no longer the case. You bring your cart, you have like a portable scanner, you just scan your items, they make sure by the camera that you have not missed anything. They will give you like how much you are charged or billed, you'll pay by yourself. It's the whole seamless experience. You are done, bag it for yourself and مع السلامة, go out. Now, of course, some of you, they will tell, okay, how about those who didn't pay? How about, this is all cases, but the overall, I am optimizing one particular solution. Last week, I was in Dubai, Jitix, and I had the pleasure to visit Landmark Group, a warehouse in Jabal Ali. You can go online and check about Landmark Omega Warehouse. Landmark Omega Warehouse is one of the largest warehouses in the region. The size is something like, as they described, 47 football stadiums. Okay, 47 football stadiums. They have automated the warehouse. they have reduced the manpower from 3,000 in 2018 until 150 in 2022. Now I will leave this for you to think about it. Go and check. They have the website, they have the pictures, and you can see by your eyes to which level they have optimized the life. We have the development. I'm creating something new, such as I need a website or a mobile application, or I do have the services, something such as to check the weather and so. So these are some practices or like what we call the strategic plans, because all of these data we need to break it down into a further understanding. This is part of a theoretical framework, which eventually I need to understand how the technology can be embedded within our lives. So I'll take right now one example, where does technology plays a role in something such as shopping malls, because we don't want to talk about the very fancy sort of technology, and this is part of Al-Futain presentation for their shopping malls. What I have attended by myself in UAE في دبي في سيمليس 2021. Last year, the conference of Seamless, I was attending this one. They said we are right now planning for the futuristic smart shopping malls. Okay, they have talked about many subjects, but these are few which the technology will play a part in the smarter shopping experience. So they said first, you will have a personalized experience, which is not a big deal. Okay, it means once I step in, there are sensors, cameras, they can recognize, am I the first time user, am I second time? I might have my mobile application that you, since you know that you are interested in makeup and so, روح حق المحل الأول والثاني والثالث والطابق الثاني, there's offer and so. There's something what we call the proximity marketing. All of you understand the concept of the GPS, which it's a map and it will indicate right now in this map where you are right now allocated. But right now there's what we call the anchor GPS, which will also indicate the elevation of you, like you are on the first floor, second floor, and so. This concept, it can help me to generate two related or interrelated and concepts, which is the proximity marketing or the proximity geofencing marketing, which means right now I am walking in the shopping mall, مجوي الموبايل قاعد أطقطق وأنا قاعد أمشي, because I have passed from a particular shop, I can receive like a promotion. Hey, we know that you have just finished your college, congratulations. We have an offer for all students who have finished there or who have just graduated. How is that possible? From quite simple technologies such as GPS with anchor points, or even by enabling few things such as RFIDs or even Bluetooth. It's possible. Can we go cashless? Yes. شنو المشكلة? شنو المشكلة? Today, if you go and check about Amazon Go, you'll find they have started the idea of shop, خلصت. The moment that you are taking the item off the shelf, it will be counted from your balance. You return it, they'll credit back your money. You leave the store, خلاص. The order is committed, and right now you have your order. Simple. And you have other things such as the AR or VR for the dress. People, they are fancy and interested into technology. Just look for this picture for a moment. Futurism account, you can find them in Google, they have a website. I wouldn't call this sarcastic, just take a look. There are two guys in different booths, one selling tacos and the other one said, hello guys, I have a tacos on blockchain. Seems people interested in the tacos on the blockchain more than the tacos, the normal tacos. And frankly speaking, I have seen this with my eyes in Dubai, Gitex last week. There was one shop who served robotic coffee. يعني شنو robotic coffee? It's like you go, there's some sort of tablet. I want one cappuccino with more milk, with less sugar, order. Okay. There's some sort of robot. يجي يحط glass, خلص. Okay, this is your coffee, and you already paid for it. And there's the right side someone who has like a standing person يسألك مرحبا شيخ تفضل شنو حاب تشرب اليوم. The robotic coffee, it was costing something like 27 dirhams, 2.7 BD. The normal guy coffee, it was costing 19 dirhams, dinar 900. Imagine, I have seen more people standing for the robotic coffee rather than the standing person. Now it's all about the lifestyle, the willing of experiment and so on. But eventually, the technology can play a role even in changing the lifestyle, the behavior, and the habit of the users. We talk about the retail experience. There's also the experience of the marketing. Just think right now about how could technology change the way of doing the marketing. I'll just talk about one area, which is the marketing automation. Imagine nowadays systems like what we are doing right now, based on your interest, your behavior, we can have the whole journey designed for the customers, such as I will be starting sending an SMS for you. If you didn't reply, this SMS will be sent again with a different message. If you didn't reply, you will get a push notification. If you didn't reply, you will get the email. If you open the email and you have went for the website, you didn't pay or didn't buy, sorry, you will get another email which has a coupon code. If you didn't work, you might get a call from our agency. So it's all about automation. There's nobody clicking and so. If you'll take a look into this slide, you will find out there are tons of movies studios. Okay, I'm not sure if I have missed some. Metro Golden, there's Warner Bros, there's Universal, Walt Disney. New guys, they have joined the group, such as Amazon Prime, there's Netflix, and so. A long list of video producers which they have been pirated previously. I'm sure like if there's 60 right now in the room, I'm sure at least 59 of you are watching movies or series or whatever. Why is that part of our session today? If you will think a little bit of the psychology of people, we have something what we call the FOMO. FOMO. Most probably 90% of this terminology, you will hear it in the marketing sessions, in the marketing talks, in the marketing books. The fear of missing out. يعني شنو؟ معناتها there's something happening and I don't want to miss this. Most probably, like I'll tell you, guys, we have the offer of لحق لا تلحق. It's the last 5 pieces. Either you will take it or you will lose it. This is what the fear of missing out, it might sound off. What is the relationship between this and the movies? It happened recently that the piracy of the movies, TV series, has been increasingly happening. You might not believe if I have told you the efforts that the movie producers or the TV program producers, they are trying to do to prevent, but because these people, they have technology, and the end user, they have also technology which they are able to take this material out. So technology, it can be good, it can be bad. فدائما نقول تكنولوجيا سلاح ذو حدين. Technology, it can affect the entire economy, It can create different feelings. It can create crises as well. What's happening? We used to have what we call فقاعات, the tech bubble, or bubble. They used to call it bubble. In 1999, it had one great bubble happening, which we call the dot-com bubble. Back at that time, the internet was just being commercialized. Many companies, they have just started to have their website, www.abc.com. So in the United States, any company, they started to have the website.com. Most probably, many of the people, they were looking for them. Wow, they are like quite fancy. This feeling raised their value, they raised their valuation quite high. يعني شنو؟ يعني بس لأن عندك أنت موقع فقيمتك السوقية انتقلت من 5 مليون إلى 50 مليون. For example, is that valuation based on real, tangible valuation, assets, progress, attraction? No. No. Now, in the recent years, if you will check the green, we are living some sort of bubble. شو يعني bubble؟ فقاعة. It means it will just grow, 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 then all of a sudden, boom, it's no longer there. Why we are talking about this? We are talking about this because it's all about how do I interact with the technology? Am I aware about what is the technology or not? So now there's one very important question. Who shall follow who? Is it the technology will follow the business, or the business who shall follow the technology? To answer that, there is no particular answer. There is no specific answer, but there is an overall understanding of there's an expectations of the business. If you go for any field, banking, construction, engineering, IT, retail, training, anywhere, you will find there are some sort of expectations of what is expected from you to achieve, which we are representing right now in this purple line, the business productivity. And there's what the technology is providing, which is always going up, always inclining. In between, we will be having this gap. This gap, what we call the lack of digital etiquette. يعني شنو؟ معناته there's always technology out there which is above, beyond my needs and expectations. Okay? To answer that, this is Gartner Hype. I didn't update it from last year. I kept it as it is because if you'll take a look, you'll find there are many technologies. It's out there. And now you can ask yourself, after a whole year, go and check the technologies and tell me right now how many of those technologies are into use. There's the quantum machine learning. There's the industry clouds. There's the composable networks. There's the decentralized finance. There's the digital humans. There are the employee communications applications. There are the NFTs. There are the data fabrics, and so on. Look for the graph or for the slope. It goes from innovation trigger, شيء عجيب, wow, الكل يتكلم عنه, I want to learn about it. Then it will reach the peak of inflated expectations. الكل يقول this is the next hit, NFT. شنو اليوم NFT؟ الكل قاعد يقول NFT. If you will buy this picture حيتساوي $100, بكره بتصير لك $50,000. See, I have seen those people buying some apes, some monkeys, واليوم صار عندهم ملايين. Okay, this is the peak of the inflation. Then there's the illusion stage. I will remind you. تذكرون years before, sorry, there were some technologies such as the 3D glasses. كل من جاء واشترى له 3D glasses وقال I will watch 3D content in my TV in my house. It's like the cinema. Now where's the 3D content? Where's the 3D glasses? Out. It's no longer into the business. There's the slope of enlightenment, which there's some sort of potential, but it's not into use yet. And there's finally the plateau of productivity. خلاص, something very stable, such as the Bluetooth. Bluetooth nowadays is very stable. everybody's using it, and there's an absolute applications for this. Last week, while I was in GIFIX, I also brought this example because it's a very, very recent application. They have just started. It's called Lookstyler. It's an American application, but it's based on France. One lady, she came for me. She said, Sadeq, we do have a marketplace or platform which we are providing a shop or a luxury shopping experience for people by using the virtual reality, the XR, the NFTs for the people. As simple as now you are sitting in your house, you want to try out some dress fashion clothes in Paris. Instead of going there, we will help you to try it on yourself while you are staying in your place. And from there, if you liked it, you can either to order it or to arrange a whole journey من بيتك إلى باريس تروح هناك تشتريها وتجربها, and we can allows you to have NFT collections. I share some NFT guys. For example, nowadays Gucci, Dior, Chanel, all of those guys, they are producing a limited edition collection or models. We will allow you to have it through our platform. Okay, interesting. So the whole concept here is right now we are not into the validation of the program or the system itself or the solution, but to see how they are embedding technology into the entire solution. So the business now, such business, it's fully 99% based on the implementation of technology. This is a list, and I have went for an outdated report list. This is from the job report from World Economic Forum 2020. I didn't change it. There's a newer one from 2022. But if you will take a look, there's a higher demand for particular areas and there are a lesser demand for others. If you will go and check here the majority of the rules, you'll find the majority are involving technology, data analysis, AI, big data, digital marketing, there's software application, there's IoT, there's fintech, and other areas are declining. شنو يعني? If you are considering the technology within your career, you will find yourself, you have an interest from the market. If you are thinking very typically and traditionally, you'll find you are sinking because there's not much of interest outside for you. We are proudly here in Homies, we have tried to implement the entire solution. First of all, because right now, where is the technology into our daily life? As we said in the beginning, it's all about the harmony. It's all about the chemistry that you are able to produce between different areas. We have started in 2018 by looking for the markets. بحرين نشوف شنو المشاكل شنو التحديات. From these challenges that the vendors or the sellers, the customers, the people that they are having, we have decided to build Homies platform. And we are proudly last year, we have been nominated for the best awarding body for the Bahrain Excellency Awards. We have been placed second after Benefit Pay because it's not about how fancy is your solution, but it is what is the problem or issue that you have overcame through your solution. Homies, nowadays we are calling it an ecosystem. We are working with different parties, starting from the business creators or the sellers, moving all the way for the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Tourism, charities, communities, Tamkeen, export. We have ecosystem developers, telecoms, universities, banks, hotel platform providers, and so. This, it means we are a spherical environment. We are working with different parties. Now, just to wrap up about one thing before I'm ending this session, we have talked about technology. We have talked about businesses. This session wasn't about indicating for which technology you shall use, because if you are coming from arts right now, you will think about all the fancy technology, NFT, AR, VR, XR, extensive reality, and so. You'll think right now about the technologies which it will be able to help you on, can I create the next art? How can it help me in multimedia? I have seen recently there's some technologies called the DAL-E, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's an engine which, as simply as just give it any sort of thoughts in your mind, like I want to see one rabbit flying in the space. Give it a few minutes and it will give you some sort of very nice art created by the system. مو رسام مو فنان، السيستم راح يرسم إليك أو راح يعطيك تصور content for that. If you are coming from purely from IT, think about what sort of technologies it can help you in mobile development, web development, databases, queries, analysis, and so. If you are coming from an entrepreneurship background, think about how to utilize everything so tomorrow you will be able to have a particular solution which you will really validate and you will be able to find the right users outside in the market.